If you tell an American you have a second job, they think you're struggling. But if you say you have a side hustle, they think you're a genius. Today, we're decoding that difference.
I love this because in my home country, having a second job just means you need more money. It's a little embarrassing, honestly.
Exactly. And that's the whole point of today's episode. Because in American culture, a second job and a side hustle are not the same thing. The work might be identical, but the feeling, the perception, the word itself, completely different. Leo, have you ever heard the term side hustle before?
Yeah, I've heard it, but I honestly wasn't sure if it was just slang or if people actually use it in serious conversations.
Oh, people use it in very serious conversations, in job interviews, in networking events, in casual chats with friends. It is absolutely part of everyday English in the United States right now. And if you want to sound like a native speaker who understands American culture, this is a word you need to own.
Okay, so let me ask the obvious question. What exactly is a side hustle? Is it just another way of saying part-time job? So my friend who drives for a rideshare app after work, that's a side hustle.
It can be. But here's the cultural nuance. If someone says, I drive for Uber on the weekends to pay the bills, that sounds like a second job. But if they say, I drive for Uber on the weekends to fund my photography business, now it's a side hustle. The framing changes everything.
Oh, I see. So the mindset is what makes it a side hustle.
Exactly right. And this is where learners from different cultures often make a mistake. I've had students from China and Japan tell me, I have an extra job. And native speakers hear that and think, extra job? Like you're doing overtime for free? Or you're desperate for cash? It sounds negative, but if you say, I have a side hustle, suddenly you sound proactive, interesting, savvy.
Wait, extra job sounds wrong too?
It sounds like something a textbook wrote. Native speakers don't say extra job. They might say second job, but even that carries a bit of a burden. The natural phrase is side hustle. Let's say it together. Side hustle.
Side hustle.
Good. Now say, I started a side hustle last year.
I started a side hustle last year. So if I say I hustle to get to work on time, that means I rush?
Exactly. You're learning quick, Leo.
I'm trying to hustle through this episode.
Nice. Now let's get into the second key phrase for today, because side hustle is just the beginning. The real dream for most Americans is passive income.
Passive income. I've heard this on social media. Everyone talks about it. But what does it actually mean?
Passive income is money you earn without actively working for it every day. Your regular job, that's active income. You trade time for money, you work 40 hours a week, you get paid. You stop working, you stop getting paid. Passive income is the opposite. You do the work once and it keeps paying you over time. Think of a writer who publishes a book. They write it once. Every time someone buys the book, they earn money. That's passive income.
So my cousin who sells digital planners on Etsy, she created them once and now she earns money while she sleeps?
Exactly. That's the dream, right? Make money while you sleep. And that's the phrase Americans love to use. I want to build a business that makes money while I sleep. It sounds poetic, but it's a very real goal in the gig economy.
Okay, so passive income is the goal. Side hustle is how you get there. What's the third phrase?
Monetize. This word sounds a little business-y, but it's used all the time in casual conversation now. To monetize something means to turn it into a source of money. If you are good at taking photos, you can monetize that skill. You can start a side hustle selling your photos online. You've monetized your photography.
Monetize. I've never said that word out loud. Monetize.
Good. Now try the full sentence. I want to monetize my skill.
I want to monetize my skill.
Beautiful. Now here's a common mistake I hear from Spanish speakers. In Spanish, the word is monetizar with a Z sound, but in English, it's monetize with a soft Z and the stress on the first syllable. Monetize. Not monetize. The stress matters.
Monetize. Got it. What about Arabic speakers?
Great question. Arabic speakers sometimes drop the final Z sound and say monetize. Make sure you finish the word. Monetize. The Z at the end is important.
Monetize. Oh, I love that. It makes you sound interesting.
Exactly. In American culture, having a side hustle makes you seem ambitious, creative, and financially smart. It is a conversation starter. People will ask you, "Oh, what kind of photography? How did you start? Do you make good money?" It opens doors.
So, in a job interview, should I mention my side hustle? Hustler is a compliment.
In the right context, yes. A hustler is someone who works hard, who finds a way to get things done. It's not negative like in some other cultures. If someone says she's a real hustler, it means she's driven, she's ambitious, she makes things happen.
Wow, that is really different from my culture.
And that's why we do these episodes, Leo, because the same word can carry completely different weight depending on where you are. Now, let's bring it all together with a practice round. I'm going to say a situation, and you respond using one of our three phrases. Ready?
Ready.
Your friend asks you what you do for fun, outside of work. You paint custom sneakers and sell them online.
I have a side hustle painting sneakers. I'm trying to monetize my art. I want to build passive income so I can quit my 9 to 5.
Beautiful. That is a very American dream right there. Now, one more. Your coworker says, "How do you have so much energy after work?"
I hustle. I love what I do. Don't downplay it.
Exactly. If you say, "I have a side hustle," with a shy voice, it defeats the purpose. If you say it with pride, people will respect you for it. So today's rule is simple. Swap "I have a second job" for "I have a side hustle." Swap "I make extra money" for "I want to monetize my skill." And swap "I work on weekends" for "I'm building passive income."
I have a side hustle. I'm monetizing my ability to learn English.
That's the best one yet.
Seriously, though, this episode is making me think about what skills I have that I could actually turn into something.
Good. That's the goal. Because the gig economy is real, and the language around it is just as important as the skills themselves. You can have the best photography in the world, but if you don't know how to describe it in English, no one will hire you. So learn the words, practice the phrases, and most importantly, own your hustle.
Own your hustle. I love that.
That's your takeaway for today. Side hustle, monetize, passive income. Three phrases that will change how Americans see you. Before we go, I want to give you a challenge. Go to the comments and answer this question in English. What is one skill you have that you could turn into a side hustle? Use today's sentence. I could monetize my ability to blank.
I could monetize my ability to explain things. That's basically what I do on this podcast. Keep hustling and keep learning. See you next time.
See you.